Yo guys, what is happening? I've been playing now, Ark Raiders for about 4 hours. First few games were alright, and for some reason, guys, like, I kind of think that they've lost track with this game Embark. I do not know why they decided it throughout this game's life cycle, development, because when this game was originally being developed, and it was a concept or whatever, you know, back in its early days, this game was just going to be PvE extraction shooter. Co-op PvE extraction shooter. There was going to be no PvP in the game. Just because you've got plenty of other extraction sweaty shooters where people have obviously got PvP in. And after playing Ark Raiders for the last 4 hours this evening, I've come to the conclusion that this game is going to have a fan base, but it's not going to be as widespread as what it could have been if it offered us something new and unique, which it doesn't. It's got similar, like, you know, Tarkov vibes on all these other games, like where you go out, you loot, you can upgrade your kind of base and, you know, you complete contracts and all that kind of stuff, which is great and all. The single biggest problem with this game is you've just got people camping on the extraction points. And that is just not fun. For me, it's not going to be fun for a lot of people, and it just ruins the game. Like, for instance, I've been running around looting, somebody hears my footsteps, because again, the sound in this game, the footsteps, you can hear them quite easily. And because it's a third-person game as well, people can, you know, peek around corners. You've just got people, they don't move. Like, the game rewards somebody for just going into a game, finding one of the elevators, whatever, at an extraction point, and just sitting there, biding your time until somebody's been running around the map, looting all the areas, playing the game, in my opinion, the correct way. Even though, obviously, if you've bought the game, you've paid your money, you know, you do what you want. It's for the game developers to actually, you know, make a game what's not going to have, you know, pussies sat in a corner waiting for people just to extract at the end of the game. And that's what's happening now. It's the server slam. So if people are playing like this now, where everything's going to be wiped, God help us when this game gets released. I just cannot believe that Ark have took the design choice to literally bin off what they were going to do originally, which was a great idea, great concept, having a PvE-only extraction game. And I think that would have done incredibly well, and it would have been a lot more casual. But ultimately now, guys, you know, we've got the problem what we've had with a lot of extraction shooters. And again, extraction shooters, they do okay, guys, but they never mainstream because it's a very, very incredibly sweaty type of video game. Obviously, there's the risk and reward, life and death. You know, people don't want to, you know, spend loads of time getting a great loadout together for then, obviously, somebody just to kind of kill them, nick everything, and then you're back to square one. Some people love that, and there's nothing wrong with loving that. But if you're going to be one of these pussy little sons of bitches who just camps at one of the lifts, elevators, or whatever, and not move all game, and wait for somebody to go and press the button, you're a piece of shit. That's what you are. You're a piece of shit. You know, ruining the game for, you know, other people. And obviously, this will get worse. This will get worse, this type of behaviour, when the risk and reward gets even higher as the game moves on. Now, for some reason, I don't know how many players they put into a map at the beginning, but I'm literally running into people, like, within the first couple of minutes while I'm looting. Like, the pacing just seems all wrong. Again, I'm not as familiar with this genre as what I am, you know, with Call of Duty, Battlefield, you know, what I primarily talk about, and other, you know, FPS, fast-paced FPS games. So maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree here, guys. You know, you more Tarkov-like players, you know, there's several other games I'm just mentioning Tarkov because that's probably the most hardcore one. But again, there's loads of other, like Arena Infinite Breakout, The Hunt Showdown. There's loads of these other games. I know, obviously, some are first person, but this is third, but still got the same, you know, kind of gameplay mechanics. How can you prevent a player sat in a corner waiting for somebody to press the elevator button And again, in the beta at the moment, you've got multiple elevators, what you can't even use anyway because you've not got what you need to extract those elevators. So that makes it even worse. How can you do something about that? Maybe have AI patrolling these areas, so the ARCs have the ARCs patrolling the areas. So if somebody is camping, they're going to pick up on them and start shooting at them. I honestly can't see a way of the devs making a mechanic other than what I've just mentioned. But again, I don't know how people find it fun just to sit in a corner and then just wait for somebody to extract. Like, are people AFK and then just waiting there because they know they don't have to do anything and they can rely on other people running around and getting all the loot for them just to, you know, come back and kill them? And the thing is with this game, guys, the AI is very, very punishing at this moment in time. Like, if you run into one of the AIs, they shoot you, you're going to get through pretty much all your armor, shield recharge, whatever you want to call it, pretty much instantly once you've had one, you know, encounter with the AI. So by the time you get to the end of your run and you're going to extract, you're pretty much like, you know, out of everything. You've not got really much health left. You've not got much shields left. So then it makes it even easier for them to pick you off. And that's a huge problem. And I'm just saying this because I'm hoping that ARC or somebody who knows what they're talking about when it comes to this game, who's had more involvement in it, answer the questions what I've proposed in this video. How do you think people's going to have fun when people are playing the game the way I've mentioned, where they're just hiding, waiting for people to, you know, extract? They're not running around, they're not doing anything, they're just happy to wait there. Somebody explain that to me, because it just seems stupid. But again, I'm not as familiar with this genre, extraction genre. I know it happens on other games as well, so, you know, maybe ARC should have done something differently, or what maybe ARC, you know, Raiders and Embark Studios should have done. And again, I'm not a fanboy of any particular game. I'm as critical as they come. If I see and think there's something wrong with a game, I'm going to call it out. But surely, why change from a PvE, a solely PvE extraction shooter? Why do that? Like, there's enough PvP extraction games on the market, so why not? You know, if this game would have been purely PvE, or at least give us a version of the game, or a playlist, or a map, or something to go on this game, what is purely PvE, and I think you might be onto a bit of a winner. But again, I'm not really going to go on too much longer in this video, because I might be just missing something completely, but ultimately, it just seems like a shit game design that you can just have somebody hide. Obviously, I know this happens in other extraction shooters, but I don't know. Is there any way they can get around it? But again, that's my comments for you. I'm just kind of disappointed, guys. Like, the title's going to be, I'm disappointed with ARC Raiders, or ARC Raiders sucks. I might just put something provocative so I can get some of the fanboys actually coming in my comments to try to explain, you know, the questions I've raised in this video. So again, thank you for watching, guys. We're very close to 40,000. Yeah, back to more Battlefield 6 bashing videos tomorrow. You'll all be glad to hear. So yeah, thank you for your support, guys, as always. Again, I just want to make video games better. You know, hopefully ARC, well, I don't think they can change anything now. The team at Embark, it's too close to release. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I've not heard something. Again, I've not been following the development of this game that closely. So again, please educate me in the chat, viewers, if I'm, you know, barking up the wrong tree, so to speak. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great weekend. Goodbye for now, my friends.